It's part of the law that teaches us what sin is, and not observing the Sabbath.
No one says we don't observe the Sabbath. I observe the Sabbath. You don't observe the true Sabbath.
Exodus 20,
28 to 11. I just told you.
there is not Jesus who gives this law?
The same Jesus also gave circumcision to Abraham, right?
Yes.
And so then Jesus came and said, we Gentiles don't get circumcised. Thank you for proving my point. You just proved physical circumcision is a shadow of the reality of spiritual circumcision. Likewise, the Sabbath of Israel is a shadow of the true reality, the true Sabbath, God's Sabbath. And just like New Testament believers, they get spiritually circumcised. New Testament followers of Jesus who are not Jews follow God's Sabbath. John 5, 17, 18. When the Jews told Jesus that he's violating the Sabbath, he goes, my Father works even on this day. I too am working. So Jesus says, no, he doesn't keep the Sabbath of Israel because he and the Father work on the Sabbath of Israel. So why would you tell me God keeps Israel's Sabbath? Jesus said, no, we don't. Does the Father work on the Sabbath?
Yes.
So God does not keep your Sabbath. What Sabbath does he keep?
It keeps my Sabbath because the command is not against God's work. It's against my work. You understand?
You're stubborn. You don't want to admit it. The Jews are saying Jesus is breaking the Sabbath because they think he's a Jew and just a man and he has to rest. His point is, no, you Jews must keep the Sabbath, but God works on the Sabbath because there's not a day that God doesn't work to preserve creation. So God is not bound to keep the Sabbath of Israel. And that's what Jesus is showing them. I am one with the Father, and being one with the Father, I am God, and God is free to work on the Sabbath, but not you if you're a Jew. So going back to the point, he does not keep the Sabbath given to Israel. What Sabbath does God keep?